Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Senator Patty Murray was in Wenatchee on Wednesday to hold a roundtable with agricultural producers and executives while Congress tries to hammer out the 5-year farm bill. Farm operations that apply compost to enrich their soils can apply to the state for reimbursement of that cost. Warm, dry weather again tomorrow before thunderstorms move into our weather picture by this weekend. Authorities evacuated the Okanagan County Courthouse yesterday over what they say is an unidentified substance discovered inside one county office. The auditor's office was the site of the discovery about 3:55 p.m. Workers there notified the sheriff's office and the entire courthouse facility was evacuated as part of the emergency response. The building remained closed into today while police investigate. That means no access to county offices, including the auditor, county clerk, assessor, and treasurer. The incident also closed down district court hearings scheduled for today. Authorities have yet to say whether they've learned the nature of the substance found. A driver who apparently fell asleep was the cause of a head-on collision yesterday south of Tonasket. The Washington State Patrol says 29-year-old Nicholas Shetler of Omak was northbound on Highway 97 when his Kia drifted into the southbound lane, striking an oncoming Chevy Suburban. The Suburban rolled and Shetler's vehicle struck the guardrail. Both drivers, the other a 37-year-old Tonasket woman, were transported to North Valley Hospital. The accident is still under investigation. A Wenatchee man who pleaded guilty to his part in a local drug distribution scheme was sentenced today to 6.5 years in federal prison. Tyson Horner, 29 years old, is one of 3 men charged last year with possessing and distributing drugs, including fentanyl and methamphetamine, out of a Wenatchee hotel room. Horner pleaded guilty in U.S. District Court to possessing at least 400 grams of fentanyl with intent to sell. Charged in the same incident were Nabil Akhdari of Phoenix, Arizona, now serving 87 months in federal prison, and Brandon Lux of Yakima, sentenced to 5 years in state prison. The Columbia River Drug Task Force arrested all 3 men in a sting operation last year. Senator Patty Murray was in Wenatchee yesterday to hold a roundtable with agricultural producers and executives while Congress tries to hammer out the 5-year farm bill. That massive spending and policy package has to be reauthorized every 5 years, and the current bill expires on September 30th. Neither the House nor Senate has yet produced a new draft, and Republicans in Congress are campaigning for cuts to food stamps and related farm bill programs. Murray, a Democrat, told NCWLIFE News the current farm bill is likely to be extended while negotiations continue.
I think it's going to be a real challenge. We only have a few weeks in session. The House doesn't come back till the second week of September, and both bodies have to pass it and come to agreement on everything. So we didn't stop working on it. We are continuing to work on it, but we need to get an extension of it so we can go past September 30th and resolve the final issues before the end of the year. Well, I am deeply concerned about some of the demands the House has in reducing funding for many of the critical programs that are really critical to our farmers here in Washington State, to our specialty crops and across the board, and to the SNAP program, which is essential part of the Farm Bill, always has been, and it has always had bipartisan support. But I hope they, like me, have gone home for their August recess, are talking to growers and farmers, producers themselves, and hearing the concern, and that will give us the impetus to get this done.
When we come back, Frost Lake, otherwise recognized by the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife as Mills Lake, will undergo construction to meet safety requirements. And adults interested in STEM and beer can enjoy both at the Wenatchee River Institute and North Central Washington Library's upcoming Beers and Bots event in Leavenworth. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Castle Rock International is the Northwest premier real estate agency for large acreage properties, farms and ranch land, lodging and resorts, and other distinctive commercial real estate. Professional, knowledgeable, and discreet, Castle Rock International has the listings and the buyers you have been looking for. Contact John McNamara at Castle Rock International today, or visit their website for more information on this award-winning company.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to Blueberry Hills to experience some real treats. Take a look at our homemade cream pies, our amazing cheesecakes, and don't forget our famous banana pudding. Remember, we're more than just great treats. People come from all over the world to experience what has been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
I chose a career at Confluence South because I wanted to help people, and I knew there would be opportunities for growth. I started as a medical assistant, but quickly advanced in my career. I received 5 promotions in only 7 years, 3 of those in management roles. Most organizations don't offer that type of growth. Now, as a career pathway coordinator, I let everyone know. Come join Confluence South. Come grow with us.
Frost Lake, otherwise recognized by the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife as Mills Lake, will undergo construction to meet safety requirements. This will include adding items for wildlife such as nesting boxes and basking structures, as well as increasing the size of the spillway configuration of the dam. The work is not expected to impact hiking trails, water levels, or public recreation. Fish and Wildlife wants visitors to be aware that access to the lake through the crest of the dam will not be available once construction is underway. That construction will begin on September 18th and is projected to continue through early November. Farm operations that apply compost to enrich their soils can apply to the state for reimbursement of that cost. The State Department of Agriculture has launched a $1 million program to pay back farmers for the purchase of compost from an eligible supplier. Compost is a soil amendment made from decomposed natural matter, including farm and food waste. Each farm operation could receive up to $10,000 through the program. Applications are expected to open next month. Adults interested in STEM and beer can enjoy both at the Wenatchee River Institute and NCW Library's upcoming Beers and Bots event in Leavenworth. Enjoy coding robots and an immersive planetarium experience as you sip on a selection of craft beers from Icicle Brewery and find box wine that will be available for purchase. A fun chance to forge new connections with fellow science enthusiasts. The event will take place on Thursday, August 17th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Wenatchee River Institute's Red Barn in Leavenworth, which is located at 347 Division Street. Coming up next, we will bring you our weekly Pause for Pets feature with the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, where we will introduce you to a dog named Kimchi. One more day of hot, dry weather tomorrow before thunderstorm activity arrives this weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee provides financial services for independent-minded clients working to secure their futures. Whether it's helping construct your personal financial, retirement, or estate plan, they start with a disciplined approach and straightforward advice. An individualized approach is rooted in the values, stability, and strength their company was founded on in 1935. With offices coast to coast and personal attention you deserve right here in the Wenatchee Valley, learn more about D.A. Davidson.
Hi, I'm Coralie with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Coordinator here. And this big, beautiful boy is Kimchi. He is our 7-year-old German Shepherd. He'll play with you, but then he'll also snuggle up with you at night and just want to be with you. He loves fetch, and he loves playing with the stuffed animals, and he loves scratches. He's just a really sweet boy. He just wants to love you. Because he's a little more mature, he knows a bunch of commands. So that is always a plus. He's also very smart, which, you know, if you know German Shepherds, it kind of comes with the territory, but he is definitely representative of his breed with that. He knows sit and stay and lay down, and a bunch of others. He gets along great with all of our dogs. He did come to us as a stray though, so since in those cases we don't know if they're good with cats, and that's the question we get a lot. But if you have another dog, he would love that. But you know, he also wouldn't mind being your only dog too. He's really active. He's older, but he's super active. Our volunteers love taking him on hikes, and he gets walks all the time. And yeah, he's just a sweetheart. If you would love to come and meet Kimchi, we are open Thursday through Tuesday, 11 till 6. And yeah, come and throw a ball for him.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Another hot one out there today. Yesterday, 93 degrees, and it was hot out there again today. Not much for cloud cover out there. We did see just a few high, thin clouds out there today, but really not so much shade makers as a lot of us needed if you were outside this afternoon. Beautiful look down at the Wenatchee Valley. Haze still an issue, especially up north around Okanagan County, Omak into Brewster, Twisp and Winthrop, seeing a little bit of that. That may continue on Friday. High temperatures again in the 90s on Friday. And then some fairly big changes as we get into the weekend. I've been talking about it all week long, that the thunderstorm chances are there for this weekend. And now the Weather Service is talking about it as well. At least a 40 to 60% chance of thunderstorms. And I think our best chance will be on Sunday. We'll get to all that in a second. But it was hot today. We mentioned it, 94 degrees unofficially at Pangbourne Airport. 89 is now our normal high temperature, so we've dropped from 90 degrees, but still 5 degrees above where we should be today. 107, our record high in a very hot year, 1961. 64 this morning, and that's right on with where we should be for lows this time of year. 52 was our record, and that was set in 2002. Sunrise this morning, 5:41, and sets tonight just after 8:30 at 8:32. All right, let's take a look at your Friday temperatures now, and you're going to notice, a big cool down, especially in the Columbia Basin. We're going to see an increase in clouds from the east throughout the afternoon tomorrow, and I think that'll keep temperatures down in places like Moses Lake and Ephrata around 89 degrees, 91 in Quincy, and then a little bit warmer back to the west where we will continue to see sunshine tomorrow afternoon. 92 in Chelan, 94 the hot spot in Omak. Beautiful day in Leavenworth tomorrow at 90 degrees. Let's take a look at tonight now. We expect high clouds out there. Still a ridge. Here's our high pressure right here in the ridge up and over the Pacific Northwest. Low pressure trying to make its way in, but I'll tell you what, it's all of this that will bring the clouds in tomorrow. Low temperatures tonight, by the way, near 70. For Friday then, high clouds moving in from the east, as I mentioned. There you can see them, and we'll see some of that in the afternoon tomorrow as well. Going to get warm once again, though, with high temperatures generally in those low 90s. For your weekend, mostly cloudy skies. We haven't talked about that in a while. Statewide, here's where most of the thunderstorm activity will be to our southwest, but not ruling out an isolated thunderstorm on Saturday. Will be cooler, too, with high temperatures in those upper 80s. And then by Sunday, boy, we're seeing activity all the way back into Montana, Wyoming, the panhandle of Idaho, and right here in central Washington, a 40% chance of thunderstorms Sunday with highs again in those upper 80s. We're going to see a chance for rain again on Monday, too, with partly cloudy skies. Area of low pressure continuing to throw those clouds and really unsettled air our direction. And look at the line of thunderstorms on Monday. Low 90s for high temperatures, so the warmth will definitely be there to kick off that activity. For Tuesday, some breezy conditions. Low pressure to our east, high pressure to our west. A lot of the times that kicks up those breezy conditions. It will be cooler, too, on Tuesday. High temperatures in those upper 80s. And then by the end of the forecast on Wednesday, we'll call it partly cloudy skies, maybe a touch of wind on Wednesday. We're going to continue with that cooling trend, too, on Wednesday. Highs in the mid-80s. Enjoy Wednesday, because it looks like next weekend we will be talking temperatures between 95 and 100 degrees. All right, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. 67 overnight tonight. Nice day tomorrow. 92 our high, 71 our overnight low tomorrow night. And then that chance for thunderstorm moves our way on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. 40% Sunday, 30% on Monday, 89 our high Tuesday, and we'll continue that cool down on Wednesday. Partly cloudy at the end of the forecast with high temperatures then of 86. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Well, looks like our surgery patient is feeling better today.
Yep, I didn't need any oxy today. I thought I'd do a little surgery on the drain.
Huh. Do you need your pain pills anymore?
No.
Well, we should get them out of the house. There are places to drop them off.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I can do that right now.
And I will look at the drain.
Prevent opioid misuse. Find safe medication return options near you at med-project.org.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat. Poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
The Mariners rallied from a 3-0 deficit to beat Boston Wednesday 6-3 and take 2 of 3 games from the Red Sox. Boston's Jarren Duran hit a 2-run homer off Seattle starter Logan Gilbert in the 3rd. Red Sox added another run of the 5th before the Mariner offense got going. Cal Raleigh would help turn the tide with a runner aboard in the bottom of the 6th.
10th pitch. It's a beauty. Giddy up, baby. Gone. Cal Raleigh continues to wreak havoc on Boston pitching. The Mariners are back in this game. It's 3-2. Red Sox. Home run number 17 from Big Cal. RBIs 44 and 45. That's a great at-bat. hits number 10 goodbye. 1-2 pitch from Blyer. Up the middle, base hit. We get a tie ball game. Tom's going to score easily. Murph getting to third. There'll be no throw. Kane Barlow in his first big league pinch hit at bat delivers an RBI. We got a new ball game at 3-3. Broken bat. Oh, that works. A little collision. Cappy's going to get to third. Nobody guarding third. There's an opportunity. Wow. Julio with a broken bat. The 2/3 of the bat went farther than the ball did as Devers and Chang collide, and the Mariners have the lead at 4-3.
Julio's bat dies a hero, and I think that helped create a little bit more chaos there at third base.
Big knock here would be huge. Runner goes. Julio goes the other way. Base hit. Julio's in full gear. Cappy scores, and Manny will hold him at third. Gino knocks in another run, and the Mariners have a 5-3 lead. The streak lives. Julio with an RBI and Gino with an RBI in this inning. 2-2 pitch. Runner goes. Pitch taken outside. They're going to try to score Julio. Here's the throw to the plate. He beats it. He is in there. Haven't seen a Mariner club do that in a long time. And here we go. Munoz, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch from Mooney. Got it. That's the ball game. Mariners win it 6-3. And they pick up a full game in the wild card chase. They've jumped ahead of the Angels. And they pick up another come from behind victory for the Mariners. Their 25th of the season. What a job done by the fellas here today.
Eugenio Suarez continues to swing a hot bat for Seattle, going 3 for 4 with a run and an RBI, while Tom Murphy was also 3 for 4 in a run. Mariners head for Anaheim today to begin a 4-game series against the Shohei Ohtani and the Angels, 6:38 exactly tonight on Root Sports Northwest. Seattle was able to leapfrog Los Angeles in the standings after the Halos lost to Atlanta 12-5. Ronald Acuna Jr., Austin Riley, and Matt Olson each homered for the Braves as Atlanta took 2 of 3 from Los Angeles. Chas McCormick hit 2 home runs for Houston, including what proved to be the game winner in the 6th as the Astros edged Cleveland 3-2. Texas remains a half game in front of Houston in the American League West after the Rangers beat the White Sox 11-1. Corey Seager, Josh Young, and Marcus Semien all homered for Texas. Tony Gonsolin and 3 relievers held the A's to 1 run on 5 hits as the Dodgers beat Oakland 10-1. Mookie Betts, Ahmad Rosario, Miguel Rojas, and Jason Hayward all homered for Los Angeles. Evan Canfield has been an ace out of the bullpen for the Wenatchee Apple Sox all season long. He made 1 mistake last night, and Bellingham made him pay for it with a 2-run game-deciding home run, and the Bells win it 3-2. Darrell Ruiz's heroics for Bellingham came after Wenatchee had come back to take a 2-1 lead with a run on Frankie Carney's RBI single in the 3rd, and Izzy Lopez stealing 3rd in the 5th, and then scoring on a throwing error by the catcher. We get more on last night's game with the voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox fell in game number 2 of the 3-game set to the Bellingham Bells with a 3-2 score in favor of the home team on Wednesday night at Joe Martin Field. Darrell Ruiz launched a go-ahead home run, a 2-run shot in the bottom of the 6th inning to erase a 2-1 Apple Sox lead. Wenatchee got 5 really good innings on the bump from Samuel Round as he tossed at least 5 innings for the 4th consecutive game, but he picked up back-to-back no decisions, both of them against the Bells. Wenatchee has dropped 4 of 5 games against Bellingham this season and looks to salvage the 3-game set when they face them again on Thursday night at 6:35 p.m. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joe Norman.
Carney finished with 2 hits in the ball game as he raised his batting average to .366. Izzy Lopez also finished with 2 hits and 2 plate appearances. Wenatchee finishes its series at Bellingham tonight at 6:35. Joe will have the call on Sunny FM. Well, Victoria had 4 players collect 3 hits as the Harbor Cats feasted on Nanaimo pitching with 20 hits and a 9-5 win. Cohen Vant Klooster and 3 relievers held Kamloops to a 5-hit shutout in Kelowna's 10-0 win. Jonas Salk was 4 for 4 and scored 5 runs for the Falcons. So, with Victoria and Kelowna both winning while the Apple Sox stumbled in Bellingham, the race for the second-half title in the WCL North tightens even more. Wenatchee's lead is down to a half game over the Harbor Cats and 2 games over the Falcons. Remember, Wenatchee finishes with 3 games at Kelowna this weekend. Now back to the West Coast League scoreboard now. Kelly Coral's 2-run double highlighted a 4-run fifth inning for Edmonton as the Riverhawks beat Port Angeles 6-1. Corvallis has overtaken Wenatchee for best record in the West Coast League after an 8-3 win in Portland. The Knights are 36-14 on the season, while Wenatchee is 35-16. Corvallis has won 19 of 23 games so far in this second half. Calais scored 6 runs in the first 2 innings and put it out of reach early against Yakima Valley, winning 8-2. Andrew Graham had 4 of Walla Walla's 21 hits in the Sweets 10-1 victory over Ridgefield. Cade Christ drove in 4 runs for Springfield in the Drifters' 6-4 win at Bend. By the way, it's going to be a busy weekend for area hotels and restaurants with a return of a huge youth soccer tournament in the Wenatchee Valley. Wenatchee FC Youth is bringing back the Wenatchee Apple Cup Friday through Sunday. Wenatchee FC Director of Coaching Neil Oyston says it's the first time in quite a while for them to host this event.
We actually haven't done this since 2018. So we've had a break for 5 years, obviously COVID, everything like that. But the first year we're now bringing it back. So we've got actually 85 teams coming to the tournament, which is probably about 1,400 players. Teams are coming from all across the state. Teams from Seattle, we've got teams from Spokane, Tri-Cities area, Yakima, far south as Walla Walla. And so they're all coming to Wenatchee. Friday evening, 4 o'clock is the first time, first kickoff. We're actually having our 7v7, 9v9 teams here at Foothills. Our 11v11 teams are going to be at 9th Street, they're going to be at the Apple Bowl, they're going to be at Triangle Park, and at Sterling over in East Wenatchee. And so it's just going to be a tremendous event. We expect, high quality soccer throughout the whole weekend. And it's just going to be a great event for the whole area. Local businesses, we've got a lot of sponsors, which Gary's going to speak about. So all in all, from Friday to Sunday, expected to be busy with some high quality soccer. So
Gary Heel is the program coordinator for the Wenatchee FC's 11v11 division. He says the Apple Cup is a big deal and a big shot in the arm for the local economy.
Within the organisation, we've had to try and start from square one again, try and get there was no map to figure out how we do this tournament. And but the way the people have come together, and especially it's a wonderful town, Wenatchee, and the people have come together as usual, and we've got this thing up and running again, and it looks like it's going to be a success with 85 teams. The economic impact over a weekend for a small tournament like this is going to be quite a bit. A few $100,000 coming into in the local economy, which is only a good thing for the city.
You can find out more about the weekend's Apple Cup by going online to wfcyouth.net. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Thursday.
Normally, I would say join me for tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, but I won't be here. I have a 3-day weekend, but the show must go on because, well, it's television. So tomorrow morning, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live at 7 a.m., hosted by I don't know who yet. Haven't made up that decision, and they'll have a great show for you. I'll be missing it. I'll be sleeping in. It's a rare treat for me. Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley starring Fill in the Blank here.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at NCWLIFE.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.
Baseball, the Symphony, Super Oval, and graduations are all community events we're proud to bring you on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage is made possible by Apple Valley Honda, Bob's Apple Barrel Bark, Castle Rock International Real Estate, Confluence Health, JDSA Law, Mary Maids, Mini Blinds, and more. Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista. Together for Youth, Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, and Walkabout Grill. A reflection of and spotlight on the communities we call home. The NCWLIFE channel.